We'll be starting in a few minutes. I'm going to give some more folks time to get on. If you could just send me a signal that those of you are in the room right now can hear me. I'm going to give another couple minutes and we'll get started right at 7 p.m. Can you hear me? Those of you who are attending, could someone just let me know you can hear me? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and begin. This is Dr. Michael Epitropoulos welcoming you tonight's presentation. I will be speaking on microcurrent therapy and what microcurrent therapy is, particularly the clinic in a case, which is my main instrument that I use for administering a microcurrent therapy. So you see here a picture of a Ferrari, And that clinic in a case is considered the Ferrari of microcurrent instruments. Let's see if I can get this to move here. Try to get to the next slide here. Here we go. So I'm presenting the clinic in a case in microcurrent therapy. Basically, we want to talk about microcurrent therapy in the sense of it stops attacks before damage is done. It is a very powerful instrument, device that allows the body to heal and repair and rebuild on a cellular level. So the clinic in a case essentially is your key to a world of treatment possibilities. When we look at the different programs, it's a new cutting edge bioenergetic technology used as an alternative health therapy. The first program is Body Balance, which addresses pain, scars, tendons, muscles, swellings, healing wounds. The Energizing for Wellness is a program that I use for killing viruses and bacteria, the microbial, the microbes that cause all the health problems that we know about. You know, viruses are what cause cancer. The virus and bacteria and parasite and yeast, we all have them in us because they all begin in our gut. And then they go from the gut into our bloodstream and circulate in our bodies. And that's how they begin to create all these different health problems. When we look at the clinic in a case, it affects anti-aging. It has a total body effect for detox, it pain control, it supports circulation, it increases your energy, it stimulates cell renewal, repair, it boosts the immune system, it increases the membrane transport, how the nutrients get in and out of the cells. It has multiple applications, as you can see here. It's listed by the FDA as a non-significant risk device, easy to use. So the 3 health balancing programs for all types of problems. The body balancing program is for pain. The Energizing for Wellness program is for when you're sick or it prevents sickness. And then the auto sweep is it just sweeps the body, and it's basically when you don't know what to do and what's wrong, it works on all levels of affecting the body in a very healing way. But remember, it's working on a cellular level. So we're talking about real microcurrent therapy. What is real microcurrent therapy? It's a very, very small amount of electrotherapy, of electricity, basically, that is like electrical energy in your body. Look at this body balance program that produces these wave-like healing frequencies. It's the first program on the control, and it has a healing effect on the entire body. Dr. Pila took a test tube of red blood cells and exposed them to microcurrent, and in a few seconds observed something happens when you expose the red blood cells to microcurrent. And basically what happens to the red blood cells is that they change into a donut shape, a concave-like shape, an embryonic, elliptical. We call that the blastema cells that appear to have the ability to become whatever kind of tissue they need to become. So when you run microcurrent into the cells, the cells become whatever tissue needs to become to heal those on a cellular level. That's what's really unique about microcurrent. The shape of these cells changes to whatever type of cell they need to become, and this is the healing effect of microcurrent. When we compare microcurrent to the electrical, called milliamperage stems on the left side, tens is the electrical stimulation, what we are commonly aware of. Microcurrent is when you use microcurrent, ATP production, for example, goes up 500%, and cell membrane transport goes up 30 to 40%. Protein synthesis increases by 73%, versus the TENS unit, it reduces the ATP and cell membrane transport and protein synthesis, which is the healing of the cell. So microcurrent is significantly more healing on a cellular level than TENS, which is commonly used in hospitals and clinics and all types of settings. It's that microamperage, that low frequency electricity, which is microcurrent, has a healing effect on a cellular level, as you see it affects ATP, cell membrane transport, and the protein synthesis, which is a healing of the tissue, allows the tissue to grow. ATP is the energy in every cell in your body. So here you see a comparison in microcurrent on the right, and you see the above normal. In other words, when you use microcurrent, it goes way above that 50 level of the TENS on the left, milliamp. Microcurrent goes up to 500 type of a normal energy level of a healthy person. When we look at, for example, what kind of absorption are you getting from your foods and vitamins, we see that microcurrent increases that absorption on the right by 30 to 40%. That's very significant. So using microcurrent allows you to absorb your vitamins and food and nutrients better. It has a healing effect on, it activates what's called fibroblastic activation, which means it's healing the cells, it's healing the tissue, the organs, and such. That's one of 5 major healing effects of microcurrent. As we were talking about, protein synthesis is what the fibroblastic activation is. When we look at the DNA, the second healing effect of microcurrent, which is, as you see, DNA synthesis. And I'll get to that slide in a second here. We'll get back to the DNA synthesis part of the healing effects, but we look at here in this slide is the fibrin covering the red blood cells quickly closes. So the fibrin is the outer part of the red blood cell, and it is a part of the wound. Actually, when you have a wound, the fibrin needs to heal up. Go back to that slide. So that fibrin heals much faster with microcurrent. DNA synthesis is a second healing effect of microcurrent. And when we look at DNA synthesis, when cells divide, your telomeres, which is the end of the DNA, gets shorter, and the length of the telomere determines how long you live. So when we consider how important DNA synthesis is, we've got to have DNA for our cells to divide and to replicate. And what happens in the sense of a normal cell becomes a tumor because there are mutations in the DNA in that cell. There's changes in that cell which causes the cancer, the cell to become a cancer cell. And as it becomes a cancer cell, it goes into the bloodstream and it starts to metastasize. And then we use chemotherapies and such, which actually makes even more of the tumor cells start to multiply. So even after chemotherapy is given, just one cancer cell remains, and the DNA can mutate from that one cancer cell and even make the tumor resistant to treatment. So the microcurrent affects the DNA and allows the DNA to synthesize. It allows the DNA to heal the body. T lymphocyte activation, microcurrent activates our killer cells, which are how important are T lymphocyte activation. So here's a microscopic view of cancer being attacked by T lymphocytes, which we make all the time. T lymphocytes destroy cancer cells. So we have to be able to destroy, let me just back this up here. Hold on a second. We have to be able to destroy those T lymphocytes by activating the production of killer cells. T lymphocytes are those killer cells that attack the cancer cells. It's the microcurrent that stimulates the activation of those killer cells, those T lymphocytes, so that you can continue to make them each day, because as we get older, we don't make as many T lymphocytes, killer cells. We need to stimulate the production of them. That's what the microcurrent helps to do. Here we see a slide on, for example, a study was done by advanced physical therapy that showed that AIDS virus virtually has no ability to infect human white blood cells once it's been zapped with low voltage electricity. They're talking about microcurrent. So the study showed that microcurrent affects the AIDS virus. It kills off the AIDS virus. It was reduced by about up to 50 to 95% after exposure to low frequency. Remember, the frequency of microcurrent is low. It's like 50 to 100 microamperages of electricity. So researchers were shocked that they found viruses lost their ability to make an enzyme to allow those viruses that cause AIDS to continue. Here we're looking at a study of the effectiveness of antidepressants. And when there's so many antidepressants out there, Prozac, Paxil, Zoloft, Effexor, Surzin, those are just a few of them, but they show when you do microcurrent at the last part, that column that goes up to 65%, that microcurrent is much more effective than those antidepressants. So that's a much better way of affecting your health and using a natural realm as microcurrent. The second program of the microcurrent is called the Energizing for Wellness. So let's take a look at that one. We just covered the body balance, which is the first program. The second one is Energizing for Wellness. And let's look at the applications. So like a soap can wash dirt and grime off your hands, microcurrent with specific frequency deactivates disease pathogens from your body. So we've got all these viruses that through our gut now have gone into our body, where Energizing for Wellness can kill those frequencies of Energizing for Wellness has an effect on those microbes, those viruses. And it has 7 stages of a chaining frequency. You see this kind of a depiction of the frequencies. This is a front page back in 1934 talking about Dr. Reif, and he was actually the first one to study viruses that caused, and he actually identified the viruses that cause cancer. And then he developed a machine to help it was an early type of microcurrent to destroy those viruses with. And he was actually the first one to begin the process of microcurrent and the originator of microcurrent. Although microcurrent came to this country in the 1970s, brought here by Dr. Wynn, and of course Dr. Milovich is the one that has developed the clinic in a case. So here's the Energizing for Wellness. Here are the different applications. It affects herpes and strep infections and influenza and pneumonia, all these different, as you see, bacteria and virus that are the primary cause of all illness. It works on killing those bacteria and virus and fungus and mold and cancer and HIV. And its effect with the Energizing for Wellness is specifically to work on those different viruses, those microbes and bacteria. The third program of the clinic in a case is the auto sweep. And let's look at some of the applications of the auto sweep, which is, again, the third program up on the clinic in a case. So the third program is basically a multiple wave auto sweep type effect. It produces and transmits a full spectrum of harmonic frequencies within the body, allowing each cell to resonate with the appropriate frequency. So what you folks have to understand is every one of our cells is at a frequency, and the body has to be in a balance with all those frequencies. And when the cells are sick, they're brought in, the auto sweep brings them into a normal state so that they can heal themselves. So the cause of all disease and illness basically is the imbalance of the frequencies and harmonics of every cell in our body. And microcurrent helps to bring us and bring those cells back into a normal balance, a normal frequency, which allows the body to heal. That's an important concept to remember, because the body has the ability to heal and repair and rebuild. And a big part of the body healing is coming back into balance again. So I use microcurrent, I use nutritional supplementation, herbal and homeopathic remedies, and healing foods. And all those things do is to bring the body back into balance so that healing can occur. So Dr. Lukowski developed and presented the idea that each cell in the body works as a microcellular oscillator with energy fields resonating with a twisted filament. So basically he was saying that every cell of the body resonates, and AutoSweep produces automatically thousands of pulsating frequencies on pathological problems, millions of harmonic strikes on things that are lurking in our body. And it helps, those pulsating frequencies help to, again, affect the ability for those viruses and whatnot to survive. It causes them not to be able to survive. So here you see an example of a single frequency, what a single frequency looks like. Now we've got another frequency, a double frequency, and soon we're going to see an example of multiple frequencies, and they're resonating. This is what the clinic in a case, the AutoSweep produces, are these resonating frequencies that work to bring the cells of the body that are being affected by pathogens and fungus and mold and virus bacteria back, kill them, and bring the body cells back in a state of balance so healing can occur. This is the way to get to the source and cause, which is a virus and bacteria to begin with, and these funguses and pathogens. And now we're eliminating them through the frequencies of the AutoSweep. So there is a difference. So when we look at frequencies that resonate on the correct organ, there you have the input from the microcurrent now going into the body and affecting the different organ systems and bringing the body back into a balance of frequencies. Because the body, if it's been out of frequency, a disruption, the auto sweep is to help bring it back into a balance so that then the body can begin to heal, repair, and rebuild. This is one very important aspect, and that's why the microcurrent has such many applications to balance and strengthen and boost the energy of your body, and working at the different organs, from the liver to the kidneys to the heart, the eyes, the lung, the tissue of the various organs. It's working on bringing the body into a state of healing and balance. The auto sweep program sweeps through hundreds of thousands of frequencies and resonates on the unbalanced regions of the body, as you can see. So it's a constant sweeping of frequencies through the body to bring the body back into balance. And the body, once in balance, can heal. And we have different, again, microcurrent is just one of many methods I use in my office to work on activating the body's inner healing ability to bring the body back into a balance. So if you look at this glass is cracking because exact frequencies broke this crystal wine glass. So the auto sweep is scanning thousands of frequencies. Research shows that it affects these different conditions. So many as you see listed, from abdominal problems to abdominal pain to acute pain to, I mean, these are the different conditions that have been shown to be helped by the third program of the clinic in a case, by the auto sweep, as you can see, and there's going to be many others that we're going to. So the correct microcurrent treatment frequency finds and resonates on the weak organ and gland and allows it to heal. As you can see, adrenal stimulation. So the microcurrent treatment frequency is finding and resonating on your adrenal glands, for example, and bringing them back into balance. It's also deactivating bacteria and virus and fungus and other pathogens that all cause the diseases that we know of today as cancer and heart disease and diabetes and autoimmune and on and on and on. The treatment can weaken and deactivate those microbes. So what health problems may be treated with by auto sweeping with millions of frequencies? Here are a list of health conditions that are helped by auto sweep, by running those thousands of hundreds and thousands of frequencies through the body. This is just a partial list and again, I'm not making any claims, but these have been studied to be affected in a positive way. All these different conditions as you see listed on this screen right now by the microcurrent, more specifically by the third program, which is the auto sweep. So I'm sure you all see some kind of condition on this screen or on the slide that you all suffer with, but there's so many issues, conditions, because the fact that microcurrent works on a cellular level. Remember, it increases your ADP and helps cell gradient transport, improves the protein synthesis, fibroblastic healing, repair. So you see, because it works on a cellular level, you're going to get all these different health conditions affected by microcurrent. So here's some applications with the clinic in a case. It has so many different accessories, and you can use it to treat so many, for example, pain issues, the trigger points, the normalizing muscle, electromassage, the acupuncture points with those, the stem, the pointers there. It has different accessories that allow you to administer the microcurrent to the body on various applications, which makes this clinic in a case a very unique device. It treats the acupuncture points all over the body. It treats pain and energizes. It treats through the clothing, actually. You don't even have to do it a contact on the skin. You can do it through the clothes. So your cells are basically the construction workers that keep you alive, but if they don't get enough energy, they starve. So your microcurrent is that energy that you're feeding into the body to allow the cells to keep alive, for them to be energized. The microcurrent can improve circulation. It can improve restless leg syndrome and lymphatic drainage. It can affect the gynecological balance of the body. A full body treatment, as you can see an example here, it's the way we administer the microcurrent to help the circulation and restless leg syndrome and lymphatic drainage. Treating the knee, for example, if you have knee issues, knee problems, knee pain, any pain anywhere in the joints, you can contact that area of the joint with the microcurrent to reduce it. Within 2 to 3, 4 treatments, we get significant result. Here's someone who had it was an eczemic, an eczemic right around the groin area, and that was improved microcurrent. Another person with relaxing the muscles, using the probes to distress the muscles, is another treatment you can use with microcurrent. It has all these different applications, which makes it unique. Different types of areas of tightness which of common areas of the neck, and you can affect those with the microcurrent. As here's an example of that. Let's see. Here is treating a hiatal hernia, another accessory we have on the clinic in a case, administering microcurrent on a hiatal hernia with great results. Here's treating a sore elbow muscle, rubbing, another accessory in the clinic in a case for treating elbow muscle joints, knee joints. This is rubbing the BMW. This is the name for this accessory, and rubbing the joint up and down. Here's, again, the BMW relaxes, another use of it on the neck and the upper back. Here's the neck muscles being affected and utilized in relaxing them. Here's another area of the contact with the BMW to a sore neck, and an immediate response with pain. We get immediate, within 1 to 2 treatments, we get dramatic improvement and reduction in all types of pain, wherever the joint problem is. Here, another accessory for treating a shoulder blade. And then we have another example of low back treatment, even with the probes, and it affects again, people with individuals suffering from low back pain and even sagging body parts here. It's been shown to be very helpful with this type of situation as well. Body shaping. Here, a queen, the Diana, Princess Diana actually was in England, was going to a clinic that had a clinic in a case, and she was receiving treatments with it. And here's they're using her face to show the different acupuncture points, pressure points on the face. And each point affects the different organ systems. As you can see here, from the number 2 affects the pituitary gland, and number 4 are the kidneys, number 5 is the bowel, number 6 is the digestive reflex point. So each of these points on the face, as you can see, are reflex points for the different organs. So we have acupressure points all over our body. Those of you who I test with the tracer know that I use the fingers and toes and the terminal endpoints on those to determine what organ systems are distressed. But here you have those acupressure points on the face that have, again, correlations with different organ systems. The body is so amazing when we consider that you can, in so many different ways, affect the healing of the body. And I'm using tonight the example of microcurrent to do that. Here we're using the BMW, the microcurrent on the face again to tighten the face. So there's a lot of cosmetic applications with the microcurrent. The microcurrent tightens the face, and it works on lines and wrinkles because microcurrent stimulates collagen. Interestingly enough, microcurrent has been shown effective in stimulating collagen production. Here we have, again, the tightening using the BMWs to tighten the face. Now, those of you who come to me for getting tested on the tracer will recognize this is a graph, and it shows, and tracer usually is, what does the tracer do? It measures an energetic profile of these different organ systems listed. And this is someone who has breast cancer and was on chemotherapy for 2.5 years and was just treated with the microcurrent for 1 hour each. And the result was this, was the next profile done on her right after, 15 minutes later, after receiving a treatment with a clinical case, she was tested again. And this is how her graph improved. And you can see, let me go back to that graph, that the graph before this was how she was before the treatment with the microcurrent. And this was right afterwards, 10, 15 minutes later. You see the improvement, dramatic improvement, actually. Now, let's see. This, again, was a profile of someone. Let me go back up to this one. This was a profile of someone right before she got microcurrent. And so right after she got the microcurrent, this was another profile done, and you see this is after treatment with Energizing for Wellness. You can see the difference. Here's someone else that was, we did an evaluation with the tracer, and this is what her graph looked like before the treatment with microcurrent. And she was diagnosed with colon cancer. Let me go back to her again. She was diagnosed with colon cancer. The doctor he was diagnosed with colon cancer. Doctor gave him 6 months to 3 months. So he had given him 6 months to live, and 3 months already passed. He was treated with microcurrent, and there, look at the change in his graph. An amazing change in the graph, just 15 minutes after he received a treatment with Energizing for Wellness. Here's another person that was with this test. tracer was done after a 2-day chemotherapy drip that he had. And then right afterwards, after that, he was given a microcurrent treatment, and it was done with a half hour on energizing for wellness and a half hour on auto sweep, and this is what he looked like. Prior to that, let me go back to there. He looked like this, and this was the initial graph of him before the microcurrent, and after the microcurrent, this is a change that occurred in a very positive way. You can see the difference. This is, here's another initial tracer done. This person had a total mastectomy plus a lumpectomy, and she was treated with microcurrent. And this test was done on her right after she had been given microcurrent for 15 minutes with energizing for wellness. So this was her right after the treatment. This, again, this was her before the treatment with microcurrent. This is after the treatment with microcurrent. You can see the difference in the energizing of her different systems that were distressed. You can see that several systems were distressed in this graph initially, and when she received the microcurrent, those columns all went up. So that's an amazing difference that you can see. Here is another tracer showing the distressed systems. As you can see, those different columns are down, and then they received microcurrent, and after 20 minutes of microcurrent, you see the difference. So here is the before, here's the before microcurrent, and here's after microcurrent. Quite noticeable changes. So all of these healing factors even work on animals. And you know something works when it works on an animal, on animals. So let's look at the review of what we just covered. What can real microcurrent do for people? It affects pain control, it reduces pain, it renews your cells' ability to heal tissue and repair and rebuild, it boosts your immune system, it detoxifies your body, which is very important to healing of the body. It increases cell membrane transport, it improves energy, microcurrent, and it has basically a total anti-aging effect on the body. So stop bargaining with your health. Don't sacrifice the health of your family. Don't let your body retire before you do. It's basically want to use microcurrent, the effect that it has on your body, which when you think the body has 200 bones and 200 joints and 600 muscles. Well, the microcurrent provides that spark of life that you need to take care of your body, as one of several tools that I use in my clinic in healing the body. Now, the microcurrent therapy, we have appointments available for it. You can do it in our office. I also have patients who would like to buy a clinic in a case that those that can afford it. It can be used at home use. It's tremendous for home use. It's an extraordinary tool on so many levels. What I emphasize in my own work is the fact that in healing the body, I approach the application of different ways of healing the body. So we use the tracer to identify the weak links of your body. Once we identify the weak areas or the areas that are distressed, then we start on a program of healing homeopathic, herbal, nutraceuticals, healing foods to provide the body with a way now to heal. We use microcurrent. We use chiropractic adjustments. So we have different, and acupuncture as well. So different applications, but all is the goal of each of these tools is to allow the body to activate the body's inner healing ability. And microcurrent, as you can well see now, is a tool that activates the energetic healing of the body. It balances out the energetic levels, brings the body back into balance in frequencies, so the body can have the ability to heal and repair and rebuild. I'm going to leave I'm going to ask anyone who has questions. I went through the presentation, I know, kind of quickly, but I would ask you to unmute if you have any questions. And I will be doing these Zoom presentations every couple of weeks on different health topics. Tonight's was, again, an intro to microcurrent. Excuse me. If you'd like more information on purchasing a clinic in a case, you can call our offices at 386-274-2520, 386-274-2520. The next presentation will be in a couple weeks from now, and we'll be on another topic, and I'll have that topic announced and invitation sent out at least a week before the presentation. Again, I appreciate you all tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. And if there are no questions, again, if you would like to ask me a question, please unmute. Go ahead and unmute. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
Hi, Dr. Epitropoulos from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Roxanne here.
Hello.
How
Nice
are you
to hear
doing?
your voice.
Yeah, good to see you again. Hey, if I were to buy a unit, how do I learn how to use it?
Well, I train you, Roxanne. The training is very easy. It's a very easy unit to learn. It's so user friendly because everything is automatically programmed. I can train you within about a half hour by phone. It's very simple. It comes with several different accessories. You saw an example of the application of some of them tonight. Each of them is very easy to use. It's very self-contained unit, and it's, like I said, it's very, very user friendly.
Okay, I saw it on your website, so that's the same one. It's got the probes and the pads and.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That's the clinic in a case.
Right.
Yeah, you can go to my website, and if you go on the info, naturalhealthsolutions.com, doctorsnaturalhealthsolutions.com, and go to the info and media page. Go down to videos and click on the PowerPoint of the clinic in a case, so that's actually an actual video. In fact, Dr. Milovich, who developed this device, is giving a presentation on that, and you can see the whole thing. Yes, but that's correct.
Okay.
You'll see all the accessories and everything listed.
Okay, I'm there now. I'll look that up. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
This is Don Collette.
Hello, Don. Nice to see you. Long time no see.
Yes, I wanted to give some positive input to anybody listening about the clinic in a case. I got it originally from Dr. Milovich, who you just spoke about. I've had it over 20 years. It's a workhorse. I got it under 60 years old, and I'm almost 80 years old, and I still work 5 days a week. I'm on the go. I do what I want. And this clinic in a case is a real plus for me being able to do all those things. And anybody listening out there, everything that Dr. Epitropoulos told you tonight is 100% correct. And getting positive information all the time will just help you and help you with the machine. And I just wanted to say that to you, Dr. Apetropoulos.
Thank you so much, Don, for that testimony. And I know that it has benefited you. I've seen those benefits to you through the years. And this is the same type of a testimony from everyone that has gotten one clinic in a case. It has helped them dramatically when each person has had different kinds of health challenges, which was the primary reason they bought a clinic in a case. And they're with the ability to use it every day is very significant, or use it frequently. And the result is for sure realized, as you have said, Don. And thank you again for that kind testimony.
You're very welcome. And I appreciate you sending me an email so I knew about this meeting.
Sure, my pleasure, Don. Thank you for coming. Does anyone else have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
If I were to purchase a clinic in a case and to use it as directed, how would I know that it was being effective? I've had energy type of treatments before, and I can never ever tell a difference.
Well, with the clinic in a case, because it is true microcurrent and it's working on a cellular level. That's the key here. It's working on a cellular level and thus affecting ATP. ATP is the battery, the fuel that every cell of your body has to make a certain level of ATP for you to have energy to begin with. So it's increasing that level by 500%. Studies have shown it's improving the nutrients that you take in your body from being absorbed. It's allowing your tissue to heal and repair and rebuild. It's affecting DNA synthesis in a positive way. It's reducing inflammation. It's stabilizing blood sugar problems. So you're going to realize changes because your health, whatever your health challenge you have, will begin to improve. That's how you'll know it. You'll see it, you'll feel it. But the energy also improving. If there's pain, the pain will start to reduce. These are the things that happen when you are working on a cellular level. And because it's true and it's real microcurrent, there are a lot of knockoffs out there that call themselves microcurrent, but they're not real microcurrent. They're an elaborate electrical stem, which is tens, which is, as I showed, the contrast between tens, which is milliamperage, and microcurrent, which is microamperage. Microcurrent is a very low frequency, which is what makes it so effective. The milliamperage, which is tens, is a lot more of a frequency, which causes more damage down the road, as it showed in that how it reduces ATP production and reduces the cell gradient transport and the healing of the tissue, the protein synthesis. So you're going to realize it in your changes in your health for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Well, again, I want to thank everyone for getting on tonight with me. It's joining me, and I'm thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you got something out of it. And I will, again, you'll be getting the next invitation for in 2 weeks from now. We'll have another one of these Zoom seminars on another popular health topic. So this is Dr. Apetropoulos saying good night. God bless to you all, and have a great Memorial Day weekend as well. Be well. Thank you. Take care. God bless.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, thank you.